Hi again, everybody, and greetings from Spokane Arena, where Friday night around 10 p.m. it's Cincinnati versus Saint Joe's in the first round of the NCAA tournament. I'm Dan Hoard alongside former Bearcat Terry Nelson, who went 7-2 in the NCAA tourney, a trip to the Final Four in '92, a trip to the Elite Eight in '93. Time for a little Know Your Foe segment. Let's introduce the folks to the Saint Joe's Hawks, beginning with the Atlantic 10 Player of the Year. He wears the number 43 and sports a Dr. J 1970s afro, DeAndre Bembry. You've watched him on tape. Tell us a little bit about number 43.
He's a real deal. He's got quirky moves. He's got start and stop game. If you think of Barry Sanders' legs from the waist down, he's that kind of guy. He can go one way, reverse pivot, go the other way. 17 points per game for the last 2 seasons. Since a freshman, he's averaged 12 points as a freshman. This guy is a real deal. He likes to do step-back moves. He likes to take you in the post. He can penetrate off the dribble and create for other guys, but you will never see him standing still. He's a guy who's constant energy. He's the pulse of the team, and when he goes, they go. But he can also come back from 20-point deficits by himself, but he can shoot you out of the game because he's that good where he thinks that if he's off, he can shoot himself back into it, and hopefully if he's off, he'll continue to shoot, and we'll have a victorious day.
He is not St. Joe's leading scorer. Isaiah Miles, number 15, is. He was the most improved player in the Atlantic 10 Conference this year, and he did it by dropping a ton of weight. He's about 20 pounds lighter this year than he was a year ago. He says he basically eliminated the Wendy's Baconator. That's how he got so much better this year.
That means I got to give it up too? I mean, that's how you drop it, right?
That's the key.
I thought it was BW3s for me. Anyway, yeah, he's a real deal. He's averaged 10 points last year. He's up to 18 points a game this year. He is a true catch-and-shoot player. He reminds me a lot of Glenn Rice back in the day. If he penetrates, guys will penetrate, kick it out to him. He has great posture in his shot. He'll shoot threes, he'll shoot twos, but when he comes off those screens, when he catches the ball, he's catching the ball for a reason. He's not going to create with the ball. He's going to catch and shoot, so we got to get out and rush to him.
Let's give the folks one more name and number. Number 2, Aaron Brown. He has something in common with you. He played for Bob Huggins 2 years at West Virginia before transferring to St. Joe's.
I knew I liked his toughness. That's what it was. He's a big guy, 6'5", left-handed. He's got really, really big hands. Reminds me a lot of Mario Ellie from back in the day. He's sort of a combo guard. We can play some 2, some 3, but he goes a lot to the hole. He likes to drive with his left hand, puts it up with his right hand. But he's a strong guard. He's very powerful. Look for him to do a lot of creativity off the dribble. He likes to drive to his right with his right hand and do step-back moves. This entire team loves to use the step-back dribble to create space for their shots.
Let's talk style of play under veteran head coach Phil Martelli, the National Coach of the Year back in 2004 when St. Joe's reached number 1 in the polls. This is a high-scoring team, but it's also a team that in its losses has given up a lot of points, an average of 86 points in the 7 games they've lost.
Well, they don't have Jameer Nelson on this team right now, but this team is exciting to watch. Coach Phil Martelli does a lot of high screens, no post play, so it guts the middle. So they do a lot of double screens, zipper cuts, where you have one guy on one block, zipper cuts up to the top of the screen, the top of the key on the other side. They come off these screens, guys will roll, they shoot a lot of threes, step back moves. They create a lot of confusion for you defensively if you don't know what you're doing. Watch UC do a lot of switching on their screens. When I watched on film, teams that played them man-to-man, when they tried to switch, if they did not switch with the intent of trapping or the intent of coming out and really stopping the shooter, they ripped you apart with their movement. It reminds you a lot of Golden State Warriors.
It is the very last game of the first round of the NCAA tournament. The estimated tip time, 9:57 Cincinnati time on Friday night from Spokane, Washington. For Terry Nelson and our photographer Megan Coffey, I'm Dan Hoard. Thanks for checking out this preview of the Bearcats and the Hawks on Go Bearcats TV.
Let's go.